My channel is sponsored by Proton, which means we will have an ad from them somewhere in the middle of today's video.
Finally, some good news. Sora is no more. That's right, this little oversized shoe-wearing punk is dead and Mickey Mouse killed him. Sorry, what? I'm hearing from my producer that it's not that Sora? But Mickey Mouse is still involved? Damn, alright. Anyway, OpenAI, the company best known for ChatGPT, is discontinuing its AI video generation app Sora after a fairly high-profile launch, but admittedly significant fall-off thereafter, as we covered in a recent video. In case you missed it, the app debuted in late September and was mostly used for videos that made Jake Paul gay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say it, I'm coming out, I'm gay. And honestly, it feels amazing to finally just own it.
And horrific racism. Why would anyone want to shut this down? Now, OpenAI claims that Sora's closure is all part of a streamlining process, or as Wired called it, OpenAI entering its focus era. Sorry, I saw that headline and I couldn't help myself. On the other hand, Bloomberg News said, the move to shutter Sora coincides with a push by OpenAI to streamline its product lineup. The company is developing a desktop application to bring together its ChatGPT chatbot, coding tool, and web browser. The reality is that Sora is incredibly expensive to run and has been operating at a significant loss since its inception, which is an understatement. Experts estimate it was costing about $15 million per day. So you could have this.
I asked for a Diet Coke and this is regular Coke. Bok, 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 bok. Don't you balk at me. That's not what I ordered. Bok, 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 bok. I drove all the way back here for this. Bok, 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 bok. Are you mocking me right now?
It's really become difficult not to hate mankind. Do you know how many currently starving human beings we could feed with $15 million a day? Okay, I mean, to be fair, it is gone now. This video is not an entry into my Alanah's well-documented existential crisis at the hands of big tech series. So Forbes spoke to a bunch of experts to get a breakdown of Sora's costs, and they do a much better job of explaining all of this than I ever could. They wrote, generating a 10-second video, the standard length of a Sora clip that costs one video generation credit, costs OpenAI approximately $1.3, according to analyst Deepak Mathivanan of Cantor Fitzgerald. Mathivanan's analysis assumes each video generation takes around 40 minutes total GPU time, or 8 to 10 minutes on 4 GPUs running at the same time, and renting a GPU costs just under $2 per hour. Assuming that OpenAI isn't building profit margins into its API pricing yet, this estimate checks out. The company is currently charging $1 for a 10-second video generated by Sora 2, and $3 for the more advanced model Sora 2 Pro. Then take Sora's estimated 4.5 million app users and assume per Karabi that 25% of them post on average 10 videos a day. That comes out to 11.3 million videos per day multiplied by $1.3 per video, which means nearly $15 million per day, or $5.4 billion per year. This number does not account for the videos Sora scraps before releasing because they are deemed infringing or violative, or drafts that use Sora credits but never get posted. Admittedly, that analysis was done, I think, a little before Sora found some updated means to charge people, but that was virtually never going to be enough anyway. Basically, because, as said, Sora was very expensive to run because his shoes are so big. How does he not fall over? That must require so much extra energy. Have you ever tried to run in flippers? Still not Kingdom Hearts? Sorry, here, have a word from today's sponsor. Man, it sure seems like having giant mega corporations run everything is a negative. And I know it can seem very difficult to get away from them, but today's sponsor offers an easy solution. It is time to talk about Proton Mail. Proton Mail is a free encrypted email service designed with end-to-end encryption. They are all about privacy. Not even Proton themselves can read your emails. The company was founded in Switzerland by CERN scientists, so you know it's good, and is already trusted by over 100 million users worldwide, in no small part because they make it really easy to get on board. You can create an account in less than 30 seconds and migrate your old emails in just one click without all the spam. Of course, doesn't the idea of a fully clean slate on your likely horrific email inbox stir something inside of you? Heavenly. I had 15,000 unread emails on my Gmail account. Ugh. Proton does also have more than just email. There's a calendar, VPN, Drive Pass, and Docs. It's basically a full ecosystem designed to protect your data far, far away from the huge tech companies. So, start fresh. Take back your inbox, take back your privacy, use the link in the description, and create your free account now. Huge thank you to Proton for sponsoring the video. Now back to the video. Operating at a loss happens all the time in the tech industry, obviously. People make things at a loss in order to pursue market share, and from there eventually monetize. Rideshare is a great example of this, except that rideshare had an immediately obvious business plan. Make human pay for get in car. Not so clear with Sora. But a lot of the promise of AI profitability hinges on the concept of magical chips solving all of the, wow, this is really expensive and we aren't making any money problems fast enough that the trillions of dollars of debt that the AI industry is rapidly racking up will all be paid off before we crash directly into a major economic crisis. Forbes admittedly correctly thought that the time it took for the GPUs to produce the videos would dramatically decrease. They were just off in thinking it might be within a sustainable timeline. Sora was astronomically expensive to such a degree that the overpromises of magical GPUs suddenly arriving during a huge material shortage, no less, wasn't even enough to appease shareholders. This is the case for virtually all generative AI products right now, by the way. They're all burning money at insane rates with absolutely no profit under the guise that magic chips will save the day and consumers will start paying any minute now. The costs were just so much more extreme with Sora that they couldn't keep pretending everything was fine.
This is fine.
And it's not just GPUs. I do think a really significant part of this announcement is the fact that the data center building boom has slowed as much as the AI industry is trying to hide this. We're constantly being told that everyone ever is building data centers all over the goddamn planet at all times. And Jesus Christ, you must give me $1 billion to build a data center right now or we're going to lose the race. But production announcements have slowed and only 33% of previously announced data centers are actually being built because building all the data centers needed to support AI is proving to be next to impossible. I mean, for one, they just straight up cannot generate the power needed to run them. At least the head of Sora, Bill Peebles, even sort of admitted to the unsustainability of all of this last year. He literally said, the economics are currently completely unsustainable. Sam Altman said, there's so much usage where people are just making funny memes to send to their 3 friends, and there is no ad model that can support the cost of that kind of a world, which, yeah, bold to launch a product you knew was unsustainable, but again, whole industry is kind of doing that. Worth noting, Sora as a company still exists. It's just this particular consumer-facing app that shut down. Sora, along with his friends Riku and Kairi... Oh, shit, it's Kingdom Hearts again.
Say, fellas, did somebody mention the door to darkness?
I'm sorry, I promise I'll stop. Hilariously, I was going to write a paragraph here where I attempted to explain the plot of Kingdom Hearts, like under the pretense that that was what Sora the company was doing. But then I remembered that the plot of Kingdom Hearts is akin to a Lovecraftian entity that refuses to be confined inside the pitiful brains of man. It would be an affront to God himself to try to unpack it with such primitive levels of comprehension. And even if you could, it may do irreparable damage to your pawny human psyche. Which, not that dissimilar to OpenAI's Sora. The company focuses on world simulation research to advance robotics that will help people solve real-world physical tasks. Whatever that means. The biggest company actually affected here is probably Kingdom Hearts' very own Disney. Disney had a $1 billion stake in OpenAI licensing their characters for usage by Sora. This has evidently unraveled, which, you guys, I really think we should be considering how Disney CEO Josh D'Amaro feels about this. It's probably been very stressful for him. He's only been CEO for a couple of weeks. Can you imagine? So sad.
They'll pay for this.
But really, this was the first deal between like a legacy Hollywood studio and an AI company, and seemed to be something that Disney was actively planning its upcoming strategy around, in no small part because they see it as a means of getting younger generations on board and familiar with their characters. The children yearn for the slop. But it's especially important to them as attendance at Disney parks has stopped growing and isn't projected to improve much, while tourism in the US has decreased under the current administration. People don't really want to come here right now.
Obama.
A lot of recent Disney films have failed to even break even.
Pies are luxuries. They don't need luxuries. It confuses them.
And their market value has plummeted significantly. In September last year, they lost estimates of somewhere between 3.7 and 4 billion by stock market metrics, not actual in-hand money, for the record, following the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel's show and subsequent viewer backlash. Basically, their stocks have not been looking too great, and seemingly the easiest way to fix that is by convincing the stock market that you are, in fact, AIing, and AIing hard. The hardest anybody has ever AI'd. I would guess that no money had actually changed hands from Disney to OpenAI, since so many of the numbers thrown around by the AI Boros are nonsense like theoretical deals, but Disney is going to need to scramble to find a new AI partner. They're almost the only interesting part of this, except...
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy.
Epic meme lord savior Elon Musk is here. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is so funny. You guys are going to die. So Elon's son, Saxon, is so based that he would just order milk when they went to dinner in LA. This would always stun the wait staff as they'd never heard anyone actually order milk. So base, dude. He also, oh my god, you guys aren't going to believe this one. Oh my god. He ordered a cheeseburger at a very uptight sushi restaurant that doesn't even allow you to order supplemental soy sauce. And when the waiter recovered from this request, oh my god, don't you just wish that you had been there to see the look on his face? Oh my god. They replied they don't have cheeseburgers, and Saxon, I mean, I cannot believe this. Get a load of this. Saxon said, fine, I will have a hamburger. Dude. Saxon is such a giga chad. Real men do what's good, not what's just socially acceptable. Props to him. That's peak Saxon energy. Kids out here ordering milk and demanding a cheeseburger at fancy sushi spots like it's normal. Absolute legend in the making. Based AF.
That was undeniable proof that we totally owned you, lamers.
He's 20 years old, by the way. Saxon is 20 years old. So Elon Musk has decided to double down on XAI videos as a response to the Sora news. He said the next Grok Imagine release will be epic. We are doubling down. Grok Imagine will trounce all other combined. Epic Journey has an eolic story. AI is hella smart and need to be controlled by God. 47. This is great because Grok is a great service that makes great content. To be clear, I actually don't think that Disney is going to go anywhere near XAI or Grok, considering the, you know, child abuse. But I do think this is an early bubble pop, sort of the first time a company has admitted that the expenses in this sector are just way too high, which is a reality everyone else seems to be just trying to avoid admitting. Like, finally, they have been forced to admit it. You cannot deny it here. Closing Sora goes against the popular suggestion in pro-Gen AI circles that AI video is the entertainment of the future, and all consumers will be wanting to use it at all times, which, good goddamn riddance. The egg is beginning to crack, and I'm so ready. You haven't even played Kingdom Hearts? Don't tell them that. They'll burn the house down. No, there's no such thing as a casual Kingdom Hearts fan, Banjo. You have to understand, they all like own 6 keyblades and have 10 tattoos and buy shoes that are like a size too large just to feel slightly more like Sora. Yeah, it's crazy.
Mickey! It's Riku! They put bugs in him!
What?